What's up? I'm interested in black books and I'm here to do a review, my first review on this channel and really my first real video on this channel, so thank you for tuning in. The book that I will be reviewing is Like a Bird by Fariha Róisín. It's a book I recently finished and loved, and this book is really important and I think everyone should read it. One reason that you should support it is that it is indie published. It is published by Unnamed Press. Really important that we support indie publishers, especially as Penguin is looking to buy Simon & Schuster, which would be a shrinking of the book market and probably not good. And also, Unnamed Press is just really good. They publish really edgy stuff and really prioritize women authors, so check them out. This book follows our main character, Talia Chatterjee, who is half white Jewish on her mother's side and half South Asian Indian on her father's side. And Talia has experienced a sexual assault that throws her into a spiral. So really quick, a little bit about Talia. She's kind of alienated from her family for multiple reasons. One is that she has an older sister, Alyssa, who is described as the lighter-skinned, lighter-eyed cocktail of her parents, and her parents clearly like her more, and I feel like parents don't think we can tell, but we can tell, and Talia can tell. And in the book, Talia basically lives in Alyssa's shadow. Her parents are much more interested in the things Alyssa has to say. They're always complimenting her on her beauty, just more patience for her, even when it comes to punishments and getting in trouble. So in that way, Talia is alienated from her family. No one in the family really prefers Talia except for her grandmother, Dadi Ma, who lives in India. But that only happens when she's in India that she gets the kind of affirmative love from her grandmother. So while they're in New York, there's kind of a distance from her family that Talia feels. Another thing that Talia doesn't like from her parents is the hypocrisy she senses about class. So her parents met as radical Marxist students at Columbia University, and as they ascended the class ladder, they kind of really grew comfortable with their class, and Talia notices this and finds it kind of disappointing. Her family, I would describe them as upper middle class. They live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And Talia just doesn't like the fact that her parents have certain politics but don't actually live that life. Another thing that Talia notices about her father, specifically in the hypocrisy department, is the way that her father wants to be white, in Talia's opinion. Really craves assimilation, wants to be American, but at the same time notices that America could never be his home and also despises the racism. I wouldn't necessarily call this a hypocrisy, but it does bother Talia in that she's embarrassed that her father wants to be white so bad. She actually calls her father a coconut. And so race, immigration, class, this is all explored. The main story does center sexual assault, and in that way it really reminded me of Michaela Coel's HBO show I May Destroy You. Talia, after her sister commits suicide, drops out of Columbia University and moves back home and goes out with a family friend, not really expecting much, and this family friend sexually assaults her. Her family, hearing a different retelling of this sexual assault, kicks Talia out, and it is then that Talia has to find her own way. Now, what I really liked about this book's discussion of sexual assault is that it doesn't just stop at sexual assault, it illustrates the larger rape culture. So Talia, after her assault, has flashbacks of moments when her father spoke inappropriately about women. So in one scene, her father is telling her mother to cover up, especially in the cleavage area, and in another scene, her father is basically saying that women who are overtly sexual deserve to be raped. I think what this book was trying to show in doing that is that rape culture is the culmination of things. It's not just one sexual assault. It's the little comments that people make about women not being dressed appropriately or what women who are sexually free deserve. So I really liked that it showed that. And Talia really finds herself outside of her sister's shadows, and she really enjoys platonic and romantic relationships after she leaves. My favorite relationship is the one that she has with Kat, who is a black woman native to New York, and Kat owns the bakery that Talia walks into after she's kicked out, and Talia actually gets hired at. and also Kat gives Talia a place to stay at her home. Kat is just an awesome queer black woman who really helps Talia heal, not by pushing her, but by leading by example, by sharing her own past. And at times she does seem like this supportive black character, but I think the relationship ends up being more reciprocal as Talia heals and can actually provide emotional support back to Kat. So I really, really enjoyed this book. Please check it out. Support indie publishers. Sorry if I seem stiff on here. I'm trying to be better about not being stiff. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I will link my blog post and my Instagram post where I talk more about the things that happen in this book. And yeah, I'll try to post more as well. So thank you for watching. Bye.